GTFO, or better known as Get the Fried Onions. That's a funny looking onion. Is a cooperative, spooky horror shooter with both stealth.
He's the robbing. He's away. What the fuck?
And long tongue mechanics. Oh god, that tongue do be a bit long though. It's fantastic, but you might disagree. You might even hate it. Only if you don't understand it. And that's where I come in. Because statistically, I've probably played more than you.
We need to get out of here fast. The social credit's gonna go down. Oh, God! Fox, no!
Oh, shit.
Like my social.
So, yeah, that means I can explain it. Anyway, if you are intrigued by Left 4 Dead having very interesting intercourse with Tom Clancy, this should really stimulate your senses. If you enjoy sneaking around, avoiding intense distractions,
Yeah, he's got them butt crusties, dude.
Don't move.
Atomic butt crusties.
and occasionally experiencing what it's like to be a Best Buy employee on the release of the RTX 4090, well, Christmas is fucking arrived. And unlike the wheelchair-accessible Crucible, teamwork here is not a suggestion, but a requirement. Because this game is goddamn difficult, and if you dislike people, this game will only make the problem worse.
You said it was safe! I thought it was.
So let's begin our descent
Oh, it's so thick. I'm going in for seconds.
into getting those funny orphans.
So this is where they breed all the Discord mods.
We start off as prisoners,
Boy, you're just slapping your head.
forced to go into a very deep and very infested Amazon fulfillment facility. How do I know this? Well, I haven't found a single bathroom in the entire game.
You have to realize this was an Amazon fulfillment center. Have you seen a bathroom since we got here?
I mean,
That
you're
just-
wearing pants, aren't you?
Wait a
That's a
minute.
bathroom in itself.
So I don't need location services enabled to know where I am. Just look around the place.
Is it just me, or do you see like the huge amount of shit on the doors?
Speaking of bathrooms, while I am a prime supporter of just pissing your own pants, I don't know if that's the optimized option here. So what do you do in this situation? Well, your first objective after the drop
Oh shit, dude, we about to dock.
is to carry around this odd metal baby. Who is he? Well, I'm not sure. Our best guess was infant Jeff Bezos,
I am carrying baby Jeff Bezos. Please slam into my car as fast as you can.
because he fits quite nicely in the hydraulic press.
He's going in the baby
baby
press. He's going, dude, he's going in the hydraulic press.
You have to haul his fucking overweight metal ass across the entire map.
Oh, guys, help! Guys, I'm slower than you, help me!
This isn't worth half a day off, Mr. Bezos.
There's no way around it. We've thought about the alternatives.
I'm leaving him right here, and I'm gonna set a reminder on my Alexa. Alexa,
Listen.
set a reminder for 5 minutes. Kill Jeff Bezos.
Listen, if the company finds out we left Bezos alone, we are done.
I'm partnered with Twitch. I'm gonna get...
This game probably has a lengthy lore explanation as to why we are the juicing jamboree.
Dude, they juiced him!
We put the baby on the spin cycle.
But I don't know the lore.
Oh, man, sliding.
Because how can you expect someone who barely understood the menu, I don't know what any of this shit means, to understand what made this? You see, the only thing stopping you from delivering children
Macrackle, you were on Bezos duty.
I didn't know we needed him still.
are the consciously challenged. Because if you interrupt praying for the Lord, you get fucking floored. They don't enjoy being awake. So stealth is going to be your best friend. As long as you're okay with sharing that with 3 other people. I'm sure that would never go wrong.
No, turn off your light. Turn off your light. No, stop, please. Stop, please. No, this is a really bad idea.
Yes, you actually have to coordinate and plan out sneak attacks, which should seem simple at first as everyone is supplied with a melee weapon, and a good concussion, I believe that's a medical term for this, should do the trick. Most of the time. Now, personally, I'm a fan of the spear because I have a thing for caveman roleplay. But the hammer is also great because it's funny. Now, don't be too reckless because you need to pay attention to the throbbing.
Can we call it lights? Because every time you say throbbing,
Throbbing.
Whenever the sleepers are taking unscheduled nap time, you're free to move around them. But the moment they start vibing, you need to sit the fuck still, because even a little bit of movement alerts the horde. This means that you need to wait for the right moment to strike. And this can be a little difficult when you have a room full of them. Damn, this version of red light, green light is crazy. Why don't I get to run over pedestrians? All you really have to do is just not move when they're turned on.
Dude, he's in the shit
I
position.
grabbed
He's
that-
in
I
prime
grabbed that
shitting
one.
position.
And then melee all of them at the same time. Yeah, they get a bit upset if you murder their sleeping buddies. So don't do this. Speaking of making them upset, if they start chasing you, they don't stop. Doors are only a mild inconvenience to them as they can smell your anxiety. But I don't believe they're offering therapy.
If I ever see fog in real life again, I'm gonna have PTSD.
Now, this might not seem so hard until you realize that each sleeper can throb at a different time, effectively sunlocking you
I swear, I'd walk one fucking footstep.
into just sitting there and shitting your pants.
Okay, yeah, no, they didn't like me.
When you finally manage to assume the position, you need to collectively time both the weapon charge and hit, because an uncharged hit just tickles them, but going the distance bombs turns them into a meat pinata. I will not elaborate further on what that is. Also, not every sleeper can die to a single hit, or several. You'll occasionally find tall boys that you'll need to use the power of friendship on, also known as blunt force trauma. But what if there's two of them?
No, no.
Fuck.
Well, I have this hidden strategy called going back to the main menu. I've had enough large men in my life. This is why speaking
I need your address, your home address, right now.
and communication is key.
Man, he really has to stretch, doesn't he? He should probably go to a chiropractor.
Because one fuck up and oh no, you've interrupted independent reading time. Communication is doubly important because everywhere is just darkness. I actually sometimes look at my recording software just to see better. Yeah, this game enjoys being a little spooky. And turning on the flashlight for a little too long can cause a losing state.
Holy. Ah!
Also known as death. So just don't flash yourself at any sleeper. It's not worth it.
Hey, man.
There are glow sticks that kinda help and look quite tasty.
I'm holding this glow stick like I'm about to put it in my mouth. I kind of want to.
But the only way to really fix this is with the bioscanner, as I personally struggle to see through the void and doors. It shows any sleepers nearby and it makes a funny noise. It's my favorite. Just make sure at least one person selects it in the menu, or that is a very awkward quit and restart. Now, wait, what is that red dot?
Jesus, what the fuck is that?
Can I get closer to it? Welcome to the scout. He wants to feel you. Several times, in fact. This friendly fellow has many tentacles. I almost said testicles. If any of them touch you, he calls more friends. Oh, great. Just what I was hoping for. If you accidentally activate his almonds, he will begin screaming so hard that he becomes literally invincible. You cannot kill him until he is done. Your only way of avoiding this is to kill him while he hits the gritty. You can try to go for the stealth approach, but honestly, that's a bit too risky.
Fuck you.
So my proposed solution is large bullets. Yes, this will piss off everything in the room, but the alternative is worse. Also, yeah, this game does in fact have guns. You can use them. We are no longer in the medieval ages. I can finally wipe my ass. Hold on, if we've had guns the entire time, why are we bothering with the Metal Gear sneaky shit? Well, there isn't a lot of ammo to waste, as the Amazon employees are incredibly tanky. They also do more damage to us than a train to a semi-truck, so health is not in high supply either.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm
No, no,
good.
no, get
I'm good.
over here.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm saving myself for marriage.
It's important to save both of these resources for the alarm sections. After enough sneaking, you'll find the alarm checkpoint, because simply letting you through is just too easy. The security system decided it had to be as annoying and loud as possible. The moment you turn it on, it will start screaming until every team member steps into the scanner.
Oh, wait. For gore.
Once this completes, it splits into multiple spots, all of which need at least one person to stand on for multiple seconds. The best part, the alarm does not stop until they are all complete, summoning every fucking sleeper, or I guess now, the awoken, to take a peek inside your skull.
Walmart is open.
This is the most fucked up captcha I've ever had to do. Unless you enjoy getting spat on, you're going to have to understand area preparation.
Oh, let me point at the door.
You don't want to find yourself without protection.
All right, now we push the funny beacon.
What? Why did you do that?
I clicked the button. I thought it'd be fun.
Before every expedition, every team member has to choose a loadout. Now, it's not as simple as just choosing the best one, but actually picking a loadout that makes sense for your rundown and your team. For example, you probably want at least one person to have a sniper to prevent the feelers. A thermal scope comes in handy when you can't see anything, and the revolver is just incredibly based. This thing is insane. It has incredibly high damage and ammo, and it's just the best gun. Honestly, most loadouts can be pretty useful, as long as you don't do something a little devious, like bringing 3 fucking shotguns.
I like holding shotguns.
You're also allowed to bring one tool, which is where that bio tracker I mentioned comes in. And yes, I realized I called it a scanner earlier, but I only just realized it's called a tracker, and I can't be fucked to redo all of those voice lines. If you're incredibly passionate about this game and very particular about the naming of certain objects, get fucked. The other tools consist of the mines, sentry, and seafoam. I will not explain what this substance is. I like having money. The sentries are the best because they're just guns that do the aiming for you, which for me is a bit necessary.
Oh my god, I can't hit it. I can't hit a shit. I can't hit shit!
They do a fantastic job of mowing your lawn. Just be careful because if you stand in front of them, they will light your ass on fire harder than me when I have mild sauce. Listen, I'm whiter than Wonder Bread and I can't even handle spicy nuggets. I'm very upset about it. The seafoam can be used to reinforce doors to make them last just a little longer, or make an area sticky. You can also shoot your goo onto an enemy, but just make sure that nothing is in the way.
Oh, what?
No, the mines are, not good. I'm not saying they don't work. It's very satisfying to blow enemies, but most of the time you'll get lucky to get more than a few in each blast. The sentry gun just gets a much better kill-death ratio, even if there is a bit of friendly fire. Now that you've hopefully prepped the area, it's time to learn how to protect yourself with ExpressVPN. I'm just kidding. The only sponsor I've gotten is a dude that forgot to type the rest of his email. GTFO has many enemy types, and they all share the common factor of wanting to touch you in interesting ways. The strikers move quickly and can tongue you from a distance. The main challenge is getting used to their movement
They're fucking Naruto running!
I'll show them my new jutsu. Buckshot, go!
and landing headshots.
Buckshot, Remington style.
All boys during combat are just strikers but big.
You versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. Jesus Christ.
And they don't care if they get no head. Whenever you see one, just use whatever weapon is the largest. Just make sure you're not close enough to smell them. Stop. They don't like it. There are also spitters that, actually, I don't think I need to explain this one. Just get good at strafing and you can laugh at their fucked up looking faces. Here's the thing, no single enemy is going to be that much of a threat against fast-moving metal objects. Most of the time, the issues arise when they grow in numbers. They will try to flank you constantly by literally crawling on the floor to confuse you into fucking up. Honestly, just try to bunker down and hold angles, but also know when it's time to reposition, or you will forcefully be repositioned to the afterlife. Understanding strategy is vital, because when the enemies start to get a little more creative, you might develop an intimate relationship with the floor. Now, what do you do if you're faced with creativity, but you don't have enough resources to survive it? Well, don't worry, because we have, technology. Throughout each level, you can find terminals that will be responsible for completing most objectives and finding consumables. This is where you need to pay attention, because you actually have to type in real fucking code. Different commands can help you find keys for doors, ammo, or various items, which can be helpful, but don't have to be.
What happens if you...
I would recommend getting very comfortable with the system,
Terminal, just like my swamp ass.
as some levels require you to input commands while an alarm is going. You probably didn't expect to be dumpstered for just being bad at Type Racer, but here we are. Later levels like to introduce fun mechanics like fog, both plain and seasoned. You can't see fucking anything.
They'd be a hotboxing in here.
It's the Twitch partner lounge.
Navigating a literal hotbox
Wait, where's the ladder?
is not easy when the walls hate you.
Oh, why is it turned into a dead end? What the fuck is this? Why is there a turn right here? Oh, I'm so angry for some reason. This is bullshit.
So you're expected to know how to ping items, or just spam fog repellers. Most other items are pretty useful as long as you use them correctly. However, if you ever feel insignificant in life, just remember that the lock melter exists in the same universe as the hammer. There are also artifacts which offer temporary upgrades for your loadout, like increased sentry damage, unless you forget to bring the sentry. But no matter what items you use or artifacts you run, it's always going to come down to teamwork. This is why I stress that you need friends to play with.
Do you know where your kids are? Because I do.
They're in my balls.
I attempted some of the later levels with bots, but they don't really understand.
Don't fucking move.
The developers are not interested in holding your hand and tucking you in, unless if it's into a grave. The original release didn't even have checkpoints, and some of these missions can last hours. This is why I said you might hate it, because if you're not willing to understand the mechanics, you might as well give up now. But I don't want you to do that, because I think this game is pretty banging and deserves more attention. However, I'm not going to pretend it's for everyone. But for those it is for, I think it's worth checking out. Though if you're looking for something a little more casual, my last review was on Deep Rock Galactic, which is similar in a few ways, but different in many. So check that out if you enjoy small men. Thank you, and I'll try to be a bit faster next time.